Hello there, Aquarius. We're looking at a love reading for you, and I'm Michele B. So we're going to start with the issue, we're going to look at a solution, and we're going to look at an outcome. And if you resonated with the title of this video, then there's probably a good chance there's a message in there for you. So let's go ahead and get it going. Right away, right off the bat, Judgment. Ooh, that's a new one for this set. I usually have the same cards that keep coming up over and over again through the whole zodiac, but no, it's the first time Judgment's come up in a long time. But really, it's like what goes around comes around. And as far as love goes, it's like, oh, you've been in like kind of a stagnant period because of choices that, you know, stuff that went down in relationships in the past. It's like, well, I mean, it could be all kinds of scenarios where you're like, you're broken up and it's probably because of some, you know, unfortunate choices that you made, or you could have made an unfortunate choice with your partner, like in your choice of partners in the past, and then like left you where you're like, don't have a relationship with anybody. And it could also be that you've been dragging your feet in making changes, stepping up in the relationship, or moving on from a relationship that's not working anymore. Anyway, it's about not making the best choices for yourself. Let's take a look at that card one more time. See, what goes around comes around. Time to pay the piper. That's what Judgment's all about, right? So I always relate it to the big picture, the big picture story of what's going on, but it is just a phase. All right. The Empress, another major arcana, wanted to come up to talk about the solution. How are you going to get yourself out of this phase that you're in? Right? It's been that way long enough that it's really starting to frustrate you, and you're like, I don't even know how to get myself out of the dumps that I'm in. Just like you just don't feel attractive. And you don't see anybody that really lights you up, right? So here's what you got to do. If you want to make that change, if you want to feel lit up, if you want to feel excited and passionate, you've got to become the divine feminine beauty that you are. I'm talking about those that identify as female. I'm talking about like getting deep into your beauty, getting into your creativity, getting into anything that you can possibly do to get in touch with your feminine side. You got to do it. And it's like, I really feel like you've been in a rut in the past where you've been just like you go home and you just like eat whatever and you're just watching Netflix and it's just like you're tired of it. It's time for a change, right? So let's take a nice soak in the bath, right? Let's, nurture our bodies, get the nails done, get yourself some pretty lingerie and get your hair, spend some time. Most of the things, when I say get your nails done, you've probably already got the tools. Most of the things that you could do to bring out your feminine side, to first nurture your appearance. I don't really look like I'm nurturing my appearance right now, but it's just because I was just out in the rain. And anyway, my hair's always like this. There's really nothing I can do about it. Oh, where was I? Most of the things that you can do for yourself to nurture your appearance don't actually cost anything or cost very, very little. So that's no excuse, right? Worrying about the money, and worrying about the money is not a feminine behavior either. Okay. Being sensible is fine. It doesn't have anything to do with gender, but that sense of scarcity, that sense of being tight and rigid with the resources, that's generally it's not a negative thing. It's just a more masculine thing, like that rigidness. But whereas the feminine is a little bit more flexible and it knows that more resources are coming and it's just relaxed. Just please look up on YouTube when you're done with this video. Look up how to bring out your femininity, and there will be all these free ways for you to do it. I would say also get into your root chakra and dance, right? Swivel your hips around and dance and do flowy movements and things like that. There's so much you can do to bring out your femininity so you can light yourself up and get yourself into your sensual, creative, beautiful self. Okay, let's look at outcomes right now. On the trajectory that you're on, moving from being like kind of in a rut, being in the dumps, to lighting up your feminine energy. We've got the Two of Cups that came up, but we also have the Nine of Swords that came up, and it's trying to say in the process you're letting go of a lot of stress and anxiety regarding the way that you connect with other people. So there is some baggage that you need to drop in the process of getting in touch with your femininity. So that's out there. That's the caveat. It's trying to say, like, if you have leftover grief or anxieties regarding how you deal with relationships, that's something that you need to shake out in the process. Okay, when you're shaking your booty to get into your feminine side, shake that anxiety, shake that grief right out. Go see a therapist if you need to talk about it. But it's a lot of it's just about allowing that yucky energy of past experiences to leave your physical body. Okay, because the feminine is so much in their body. So you're like, as you're getting in touch with your feminine, all that shit that you've been pushing down is gonna flow out and get out, and all that's gonna be left, the vacuum, that's the void of what was there before, it's gonna bring in all of this positive energy. And then what's that? What is that? That's when you're gonna be attracting somebody. Because you will be attractive. Not like your face is going to change. Your energy is attractive. Your energy is attracted when you're relaxed, content, in the moment, not feeling sorry for yourself. It is what it is. This is where I leave off, Aquarius. Thank you so much for being with me today. Go over to my channel and check out the latest for your weekly and monthly readings. I love you. Boop. Mwah. I'll see you later.